talk about Tuesday in just a bit, but let's look more broadly at the opening 10 games as we've reached that marker. Third in the table, you've got to be happy with that, haven't you? It's a good start.
Yeah, we're delighted. We're delighted. You know, we'd have taken this at the start of the season. We're 2 points a game. We have a chance to be more than 2 points a game on Saturday. You know, I think we've won 60% of our games. We've drew 30% and lost 10%. So we're in a good place. If you want to put it into perspective, yes, we're disappointed to lose on Tuesday, but we're going to lose games this season. If we can lose one a month, which is what we're on course for now, then we're in for a very, very good season. You know, and the boys have been tremendous. We've got real trust and belief in the changing room. Yes, we were poor on Tuesday. That's all of us, myself included. But we need to improve. We need to get better. We can't stand still. We've got to make sure we know that what we're doing is right. But there's still so much more to come from the group.
And you've been racking up the points, clearly, but also in terms of the entertainment value and the goals and the attacking football, you must be delighted with that as well.
I am, and to be honest with you, it comes from the fundamentals, the culture, the defensive work that we do, and you know, on the back of that, we're scoring goals off it. Maybe something we went away from on Tuesday at Oldham. You know, linking the units together a bit more, being a bit more compact and hard to break down. We played individual sort of way on Tuesday, and the distances all over the pitch weren't great, but we've done a lot of work on it, you know, since then, and we worked on it hard today, just to get back to what we're good at. Because when we get that right, we're a threat going forward. We know that we've got players in the team who can score goals, create chances, play quick, run fast, and that's what we've been working on.
Yeah, and of course it happens from time to time, and you've spoken about improving as the season goes on and really focusing on that period after Christmas as well. Mm-hmm. Clearly you never want to lose a game, but it's once you hit that period, once it's the real business end, that you want to be racking up those results one after another, and anything that you can do in the first half is clearly positive.
It is. We want to try and get back to the consistency we showed probably in the first month, where we won and we won and we won and we won. The month just gone, we've won, I don't know what it was, we've won 2, drew 2, lost 2, I think it is. Chance to make it 3 wins. Still a good month for us. You know, to get 11 points out of the month, any month is a good month. But we need to make sure we keep our consistency levels. They've been good on a whole, they have, and probably a little bit harsh with the boys after the game on Tuesday, but really positive from then onwards. Just to let them know that they are doing well. We are doing well. But there's so much more to come. We need to make sure we stay level ground. We need to make sure everybody stays, you know, level. The team's trying their best. We are working hard every day on the training pitch, and that's all we can do. We need to keep improving on the training ground, and ultimately that'll get us results, like you've seen over the last 10 league games.
Yeah, and it's so important, isn't it, to keep that level head, but equally so hard as well. And you've had a real roller coaster, haven't you, with Wigan, and then with Tuesday night. It makes it that much harder. They
put so much effort in the Wigan game. The second half, the intensity levels and the sprint distance we've seen after the game were through the roof. You know, I'm not one for making excuses, but the intensity they put in that game, it was always going to be a tough game going to Oldham on a Tuesday night. We didn't have the same energy. We didn't have the same pressing abilities that we've shown over the 10 games. And we just sort of ran out of legs, really. Possibly I should have freshened it up in hindsight, but it's always hindsight, isn't it? But we need to make sure we pick the right team. I've spoke to you about this before. Pick the right players who are 100%, who are good, who are fresh, and that's the reason why we've got a squad.
Yeah, and Anthony Grant unavailable on Tuesday owing to suspension. I'll admit I've rather lost track of where he's at. Will he be available for this Saturday?
Yeah, he's fit. And Grant, he trained today. He's fit. Obviously we're still missing Guion, who's a big loss to us. Missing Junior now, which is a massive loss to us in terms of the length of time that he's going to be out for. But people's chomping at the bit. Callum Chetle's on his way back, not far away. Jermaine Anderson's getting up to speed even more every day. You know, he's looking tremendous. And there's people chomping to get in the team now. So it's good. It's good options to have. But we need to make sure we get back to what we're good at, the fundamentals of defending as a team first and foremost, and making sure we can still create and score goals off the back of that.
With Junior, I think on Tuesday you were thinking thigh. Did that turn out to be the case?
Yeah, it's a rupture of his thigh. He's got a consultation on Monday. He's been pre-booked in for an operation on Tuesday, if he needs that. And we're probably looking 4 to 5 months for Junior, which is a massive blow for us, really. Strange one, really, because he felt great before the game. He didn't feel any tightness or stiffness in his thigh. And it's just a freak incident that we couldn't avoid, really. So it's disappointing because he started the season so well. But it gives chance for another. It gives somebody else a chance. It gives Ricky Miller a chance. It gives Idris Kanu a chance. It gives young Morgan Penfold a chance, who's been in training really well with the first team. So, you know, that's one door closes, another opens for another person.
Yeah, clearly so frustrating for him, and the timing will never be great on something like that. But given how he played against Wigan, and it almost seemed like a bit of a watershed moment for him, that performance, to then a couple of days later to have this, not a lot you can say, really, is it?
It's disappointing because, I mean, I think in the game against Oldham, he was just starting to come into the game. You seen he had the long-range shot from about 25 yards. He was starting to feel his way into the game and look sharp again. And we're all devastated for him. You know, I give him a hug this morning in the treatment room. The boys have got around him. But he's with good people here, as you've seen with Jermaine's coming back from his injuries. Really good staff, really good bunch of players that can help him and keep his head in the right place, really. So it's disappointing, really disappointing for us. But we need to focus. Our only focus now really is on Oxford, and I'm sure Junior will be 100% the players, 100% behind the players for the remainder of the time he's out.
Yeah, fingers crossed that all goes well for him. What do you make of Oxford then?
Slow enough start, really. I know they're a good footballing team. I know they've got some really good individuals. Mawad, Payne, Ledson, good football team. But we need to concentrate on ourselves. We don't need to overthink it. We need to make sure we are focused firmly on us. Because, like I said to you, when we're on our game, we're a match for anybody in this league. When we're not, then we can get beat by anybody in this league. So we need to make sure our standards are good. We raise them every single day, like we have in training today and tomorrow. And we go into the game, you know, feeling good about ourselves, but also wanting to improve.
Yeah, you've done a great job of that off the field, even with the few setbacks you've had so far. The atmosphere has been great, and that's been the same for the fans as well, and they can clearly play their part on Saturday.
The fans have been outstanding. I mean, 250, 260 I think it was, came to Oldham. You know, it's a long way to come, and we appreciate that, we really do, just to see them there. And I hope the boys, you know, went and clapped them at the end. I'm sure they did. They always do, win, lose or draw, and it's not a party when we win a game or whatever people want to talk about us, but it's just appreciation from us, really. That from day one, from the first game of the season, they've been with us. They've been right behind us. Everything's been positive. Yes, there's going to be one or two people want to have a pop at you all the time, but that's football. You get on with it. We're big enough and old enough and strong enough to deal with things like that. We focus on us. We get the fans behind us, which they are, and hopefully we can have a good season.